Hey, y'all. Welcome back once again on Peach Talk. I am your host, Peaches, and with me today I have the infamous Dr. Love, aka Jay Hendo. How you doing, sir? Oh, Lord.
I'm doing all right, ladies. I'm doing all
I knew you was going to come on here with some stuff.
right. you know, ain't gonna be nothing
Always
no
me.
more.
Never a dull moment for sure. So, how you been, Jay?
I've been all right. I've been getting back in the midst of doing things, rehabbing. Lost a little weight. You know what I'm saying? Trying to wear my shirt off in September.
Was you getting the two shirts? The shirt's too small now?
Search is my hey, look. So I got the shirt you gave me, right, and I'm saving it for September when I can just the shirt and the swollenness can so through.
Oh, my God. Here you go. Well, as usual, it is always a delight to have you, and always doing good shows with you. Obviously, people know, I've been kind of MIA on life grind for a little while, but I'm coming back. I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying?
You come back for sure.
Yeah, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I've been having to make sure that Peach Talk gets on a I guess you could say a normal track. So you know how it is. Sometimes you gotta put the focus on it, and then once you can get a ease of your mind, you can actually start dabbling in other things. So but I appreciate you and the team for always understanding and having my back, which is what this show is about today. We
Mm.
talking about friendships
Mm.
and how you handle betrayal in friendships.
Let's get this. Let's get it on. What to talk about?
So, I tell people all the time, like, it's really hard to, like, when you have a friend, to, like, I know we practice forgiveness, right?
Mhm.
And that's always good. But do you give grace when your friends or a friend, when they do something that you don't like or you think that it's a bit shady? Like, I think that, if they know these things, sometimes is it really a good thing to give grace and allow them the opportunity to kind of do it again? Really, that's really what you're doing.
But then you know what kind of friends you got because when you do wrong and they see they got away with wrong the first time because we have a passive like personality, they
Yeah,
do it again. Is that really your friend?
true. I just think that, as an adult, like when we become adults, we know right from wrong,
Right.
right? And then, especially if you know your friend and you know the things that they like and don't like, why would you even try to do something that could potentially look off to them? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you even think remotely it's okay to kind of betray them in a sense?
And that's the thing you have to think about. Like when you come across, like not even come across, you have people that you like your ride or die, your friend, whatever, and then they do stuff that blatantly they know is wrong. And sometimes depending on your personality, we got the kind hearts to like let them come back in our lives and and then the moments we live, then it's like you got to make a choice whether you want to have them around or not.
Right.
It's a lot of friends I had in the past. I just wanted to just beat their ass.
I know, you know what, and the thing of it is that sometimes you do grow out of friendships, um, because you end up tending, like, sometimes when you step back, it gives you an opportunity to like really see who's there for you and who's not. Um, so I well, I guess that also brings up the fact, like, are you able to like talk to your friends about anything that's like bothering you, like any problems you may have going on in life?
So I do got a few friends I can talk to that like I can trust with information and talk to about anything. But it's not many of those because some people will take your downfall,
Hmm.
they like low key behind your back, waiting for you to fall, and they're taking it used against you. You gotta kind of watch like people in your circle. And sometimes, like you say, friendships don't last. You just say they kind of like outgrow each other and
Right.
we find out stuff like that. People just like low key just waiting on you to fall.
Right. And those are not like always the best type of people to have around you anyway. And I think that it's a good thing when you're able to talk to your friends about issues that you have. Do you kind of like tell them everything, or do you like keep some stuff to yourself? Because I know sometimes I've had people talk to me about I've asked the same question to people, and they're saying that I don't tell my friends every single thing. Like, but I'm thinking to myself, like, you should be able to, right?
Right. You should be. But however,
Oh Lord.
I got a story for everything. So not necessarily me, but a friend of mine. And when you have friends, they should be able to tell you about everything. So a friend of mine, he's part of the LGBT whatever community. Cool dude, love him to death still. It's my homie, right?
Right.
So, we talk on the phone, and he's like explaining to me like his issues. And I really can't relate, bro. I love you to death, my brother, but I can't relate. So he's explaining to me.
Oh, that's a good one.
You can't.
You can forgive, but at the same time, disrespect and disturbing my peace will not be tolerated. And that's why I always tell people, you can forgive a person and they just not have the same access to you that they had before. Because once you learn who a person is, you have to take that and understand, hey,
Mhm.
I can love you from afar. I can forgive you, but you're not gonna have that same access to do that again.
Yeah, that is true. But back to the story. I'm gonna keep it short. Back to the details. So, hey, he started explaining to me that his relationship with men, and he was going into details, and he's like, "Man, you feel me?" And I'm like, hell no, dog. Like, I'm heterosexual. I love women, so I can't. I don't like judge. I'm not no judge. That's my homie. You know what I'm saying? It's my dog. But I can't relate. So that's like that conversation. Like you could tell me anything. It's like you could tell me that, but I just that ain't gonna process in my head at all. That shit's gonna like bounce and just pop out. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. Love him to death to this day, my homie. But we can't talk about stuff like that because I can't. I can't coincide on that.
Yeah, you don't have the common, so I can get it. I can understand that.
I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, I can't help you, dog. I can't help you, bro.
He's
Hell
so,
no.
I know, right? So you think that you as a friend,
Mm.
add value to your friendships?
I think absolutely. Me and you know both what I went through in 2022. I think
Mhm.
it made me a better and stronger person. So I've been through enough in life where if I have people like struggling, first of all, if I'm your friend and you're going through stuff, 9 times out of 10, I can understand where you're coming from. If I can't, I'm gonna help motivate you to get you through some things because it took somebody to motivate me to get through what I've been through. I have value because it's positive. I'm a positive dude, regardless of how the situation may be. I'm very positive. I'm very upbeat. Like that's just my motive. Like I don't have no negative intentions to any of my friends to like sabotage them. I'm gonna support them. I'm gonna help them. If you don't add value to my life, I'm just gonna eliminate you. But me personally, I'm gonna support you. You my dog, you my friend, I'm gonna support you. If I'm rich, you're going to be rich at some point. You're gonna benefit from me being rich.
Right.
That's the thing. And I keep my word. I stand on top of that.
Well, that's good. It's always good and 10 toes down on your word now. That's why
Right.
I always tell people, I don't say nothing unless I can follow through. Because to me, if you can't follow through, it's a lie, right?
Yeah. It's just the talk, the black
It's
and
just
like,
talking. Somebody said, is it limited to all exclusive? So right now what we're doing, we're talking about just friendships. We're not talking about, family, but as it pertains to adult friendships. I know that sometimes, when we're kids, obviously we don't know no better. So, we can forgive and forget and still play with each other, right?
right.
But as adults, you know right from wrong. So, especially when you are talking about a close friendship, you know what your friend ain't gonna go for. I'm sorry, because you wouldn't go for it either. So
Uh,
when you do shady stuff, it's kind of hard to give. I mean, you can, like I said, you could forgive that person, but not allow them to have the same access to you as before.
Exactly. You don't want them because you know they're about. So give them the same access. Don't be surprised when you get the same results a second or even a third time.
Right.
It's like honestly, it's like comparing to a cheating relationship. Once they do it once, you can kind of expect what to happen again.
Right, right. And that's the thing, because I've had friendships where, when you have, and it's really very hard. I don't know how men work in this scenario, but when it comes to women and having female friendships, and like the woman sees that you're happy, and she gets jealous, so she start plugging things in your head like, girl, I wouldn't get too comfortable with that. You start talking someone out of good relationships sometimes. And so I've had friendships where hindsight, what they say is 2020. Once you're out of the situation, you understand, like, damn, like I let this person really get in my head when they miserable themselves. And now I done sat here and just basically joined the bandwagon. What they say, misery loves
What's
company.
happening?
You have to really be careful about the friendships that you maintain, because not everybody has your good intentions for you.
Now, you said something about the girl, like, girl, you sure about that? They try to. Do your
Mm.
friends ever say, girl, you sure that he don't need two, and you want to share that?
No,
Okay, what's the question?
no, no.
Man, what are you at? What are you at?
I agree, Ashley. I agree. Some things are definitely worth. I mean, that are, especially when it comes to a relationship, is off limits. Like I will say the group of friendships that I have now, the girls that's in my group now, they're more so listeners. They like, girl, all right, vent, girl. If you need me to help beat his ass, okay, we'll do that. But nah, I'm just playing. They not gonna do that.
Like, they just riders, more like, like,
I'm kidding. But no, like, good friendships, good girl friendships, they listen to, give you that shoulder, not to tell you, well, girl, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. Because at the end of the day, you as an individual have to make a, discernment with your own relationship. So it is good to have friends that will allow you to vent without expecting them to try to resolve a issue. um so I say all that to say, it's very crucial that you like practice discernment when you picking your friendships too, because people can really be plotting for your downfall.
oh, tell me about it. They were plotting the way for you to fall and even steal ideas from you.
Ashley said, I don't think you should share everything. You're right, you're right.
Ashley, what are you talking about? You can't share everything.
I cannot with you. True friends want more for you than I agree. I agree, King. That
Yeah.
is definitely a fact. Your friends will help motivate you, will help push you in the right direction. And the best of best friends won't tell you stuff that you want to hear, but the stuff that you need to hear. It can
Yeah.
be uncomfortable as hell. But those are the friends I like, because friends that tell you what you want to hear are ultimately setting you up for your own failure.
Yep. The downfall. So
So
it is. The downfall, so they can watch you fall and smile. Gotta stay away from watch those haters.
right. So okay, so we talk about, we us adding value to our friendships, but can you truly say that the friends you have in your circle now add value to your friendship or relationship or your life as in general?
I think so. I'm like real. I'll just hang around anybody. I'm like a real, like, at this age. I'm kind of like a bougie dude. I ain't fucking hang around no dudes that like drink all day, smoke all day. What value does that add to my life? Not a damn
Right,
thing. I need somebody to think business minded. I need
right,
somebody to think money. I need somebody to think like they look out for me, but can actually expand my mind the way I think, so I can make better decisions in my life. I don't need somebody that's gonna bring me all the way down. Like, I just don't need that.
right. And that's the thing, you definitely don't want to put yourself in a predicament where you have a person that is, like I said, ultimately setting you up for your demise. Like, you don't need that type of energy in your life.
No, no negative energy at all. So yeah, you definitely got to have somebody that can like be a positive influence in your life,
Right,
because you can ask somebody, like good friends around you. You can ask for advice, and they're
right,
gonna give you, like you just said earlier. They're not gonna tell you what you want to hear. They will keep it real with you rather than a cut. And those type of friends you want around, so they're gonna give you advice that 9 times out of 10 that's gonna help you because it's coming from the heart, but it's blunt. Not that, oh, you're gonna be fine. I'm gonna go jump off a bridge. Well, you know what? Most people jump off a bridge, you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be all right. I think you're gonna be all right if you do it. Those type of friends you want around because they full of
right,
shit. Because you gonna die 9 times out of 10. And I can't swear
right.
myself.
That you definitely don't want. So we often talk about sometimes how some people won't help you because they feel like that you are going to be bigger than them, and that envy can sometimes mess you up because as a like having that friend with so much envy, not really realizing that, hey, I'm a good friend to you. Some people are so selfish that they can't see that someone can genuinely care about them, and they're so consumed with, oh, I don't want this person better than me. Sometimes, like I said, misery loves company. What do you think about that? Like, do you ever experience that type of behavior when it comes to friendships?
So agendas, that's what I call them, agendas. People are friends with you for a reason. It's agendas. And some people that are friends with you, when you want to do some similar to what they're doing, like you just said earlier, they want they want to show you something. They want you to be better than them, right?
Mhm.
So when me and you met, right, I reached out for you for the podcast thing. I learned you want to do your thing. I didn't limit my knowledge of what I knew to you, knowing you was doing Peach Talk. I told you everything I know, and I want Peach Talk to be a success. But I'd never ever think like, man, I don't want her to make it bigger than what we're doing over here. It's no, it's not like that, and I don't have that type of mentality. I want to see Peach Talk blow up. So obviously, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, what up? That's what I'm going. That's how I feel. So when we met, I didn't have agendas. And people have agendas, and that's the thing.
Right, right,
They have agendas. It's like I want to see certain people shine, and it's fucked up in this world that people meet, they have certain agendas, and people have like experienced people that kind of like messed them over,
right.
where people come in their life, whether it's business, whether it's relationships, or whatever it is, it's like you kind of like second guessing everything.
Hmm.
I I think you just gotta watch out for those with these agendas, like with the purpose, or if they even have a purpose, like what is it?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the biggest thing. Like you really have to like watch out for people. You can hear like certain things like when you tell people good news or things that you like. I had, situations where I've had friends where I would tell, "Hey, I'm excited about this new endeavor." I was telling them about the podcast and things like that. And you start realizing who your friends really are when you start, "Hey, I see that you got things going, who is your resource? Can you help me out with something?" And when those people start like, well, I don't know. And then so it's funny because like I ended up getting good people in my corner to help me, and so then the friends started trying to backpedal and, trying to steal certain things from me. I'm just like, hold up now. Like you wasn't even trying to help when I asked you. And it's very eye opening when you start doing good things in life and trying to progress yourself. And then you start really realizing like these people really have my back. They just wanted me at this low level, you know, so that they can feel better about themselves.
Right? Yeah, those are called the backstabbers.
Right.
They want to take your ideas, whatever, and then when they see you blow up, they be like, "Yo, Peter," like, "What up?" Like, girl, or the girls be like, "Girl, I knew you was gonna do that shit. You
Right.
fucking Peach Talk is the shit, bitch." It's like, get your phony ass out of here. You ain't no shit.
Right. Right. That's why I said, like, I already even talked to my mama about it. You know what I'm saying? I told her, the people that are here where I'm trying to still learn and I'm growing, those are the people I'm taking with me. Those are the people that, are the ones that are going to reap the benefits of knowing, me when I was, crawling. So it's very important to remember those people, because everybody else that pretended like they were so, hey, I'm proud of you and this and that and this and that, but when I needed you most, you weren't nowhere to be found.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't, that them type of friendships, you got to, sorry, I appreciate you, I forgive you, but you can't have access to me. You can't have access to me on the next level, because you weren't here when I needed you most.
Exactly. So check this out, right? We got in a few weeks I'm going to Vegas. We have our fantasy football draft in Vegas. So one of the guys in the group, I had him on a podcast before, like a few years ago, when I was doing my other thing. And he's rapping now. He's got these shirts and want people to support his music, but he really does support me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So now it's like he's sending me this stuff, and actually, my man's had a hook up with Eric Sherman. My brother had hooked him up. Like, dude, he asked him, "Can you freestyle?" You know what I'm saying? Like trying to hook him up, like with these old school rappers that can make waves for him. And he kind of like shot it down, but now it's looking out for support. And so this Vegas trip, I was like on the fence of going if he was going. It's like I can't really. This is my mental health. I can't fuck with people who don't support me or pretend to support me and want to do all this. I don't have time to like smile on my face, but you really don't fuck with me like that. You know what I'm saying? So this guy, cool. I respect him, but I don't respect. I respect him as a person, but when it comes to friendship, the friends we not. It is not because my shit with what I got going on, you know what I'm saying, you don't support it, or you know what I'm saying, I asked you to like do a show. I even tried to get him involved with some rappers and stuff. And it's like, I don't know, it's like you shoot it down. It's like a jealousy. So what I do notice is that this same dude is when we talk in the group chats, he doesn't really address me. I call him out the shit. I'm like, man, I'm blunt. How I talk on this show is how I am in general. So he avoids me at all causes, you know what I'm saying? It's not really a friend, and I was like, look, I ain't going to Vegas if this motherfucker coming. I ain't trying to be a bitch about things. But at the same time, I'm just not using my mental health to get away from this infested crime ass city to go mess with a fucking backstab. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in the house looking at this motherfucker like, damn, this motherfucker might steal something.
I feel you on that though. I mean, because no one, I mean, especially when you taking a vacation, you don't want to have to deal with like that type of energy, especially when when somebody's not doesn't have good intentions. Like it's hard. You have some people that can fake it till they make it, but I just can't. My emotions are always on my face, and I'll be side eyeing you like, like, look, let me clutch my purse real quick.
You'll be side eye though. Hey, y'all, it took me a while to get her ass on the podcast. She thought I was trying to holler. I know she's like, this motherfucker in the inbox. I'm like, look here, I need your ass on the motherfucking podcast. This is genuine.
Girl, nobody want to talk to you.
Jesus, Jesus.
Oh Lord. So yeah. So what is like one thing that you look for your friends as it relates to advice? Like, what are some things that you like go to them for when you need a little pep talk, or a little advice on things?
So I got a set of friends, right? And I know how they are. So it depends on what I'm dealing with. Is going to depend on who I go to for advice. So I got my friend single, ain't got no goddamn kids. You know what I'm saying? He's about tired of American women. So if I got a question, he's
Oh Lord.
direct. So it depends on if I got something related to his department, I'm gonna go to him. I got another friend that's married, only got a few kids, happy life, happy wife, everything. So he's gonna give me the like blunt answer, but it's gonna be in a political form of nature.
Okay.
Then I got another friend that's gonna be like, motherfuckers like this. Fuck that bitch. I ain't so it depends on what I'm dealing with is gonna decide who I go to. Even like my friends, and then I go to Donna. Donna's gonna be like, she's gonna be blunt in her little principle manner, but she's gonna be blunt. So it depends on what type of answer I want, or
Okay.
I'm gonna answer.
You can because you look, you be texting me too, don't
Yeah, you. If I want to answer, I know she'll give me an answer. So I'm like, if I text you or if I talk to you, especially if I text you, I'm like, she'll give me an answer. There's gonna be a
and that
paragraph.
was you don't be really wanting to hear. But you be like, fine, Peaches.
It's gonna be the answer though. Whether I want to hit or not, I know you'll give me an answer. Like, okay, I'm gonna fucking hit up Peaches right quick and see what she think. You know, so I'm gonna decide if I want to hear Peaches answer. Like, she's gonna be, or I might text three of y'all the same goddamn text message. I might text you. I might text him. I'm gonna get three different answers. If y'all answers the same, it comes in different formats though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker like you gonna be what my ignorant friend gonna say the same thing you say. His shit gonna be ignorant as hell. You know fuck that bitch. You call her twice, the bitch ain't answer the phone. Fuck that whole damn Joe fam. You know what I'm saying, fam?
Oh my god, that's too funny.
So,
Lord well, I mean, at least you got a variety of friends because that's the same thing with me. Like when it comes to certain advice, as it relates to relationships, I have married friends. I have, friends that are just in, long-term relationships. And then I have my single friends who I hear they out here doing things in the streets. And typically, no joke. I told somebody this before. I said, the best type of male friends you could have are the ones are already. Because they'll give it to you straight up. They'll be like, hey, Ash, you know what I'm saying? You like my little sister, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, oh boy, don't do it. That nigga
hey.
water.
I be fucking running people and hit me up like, yeah, I'm in this good relationship. My friend, she'll be like, I'm in this good relationship with this dude. He's really nice and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, what's his last name? She's like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what's his first name? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what's his middle initial?
Research.
I'm like, what's his date of birth? I'm like, this motherfucker's a registered sex offender. Get him off your daughter. Have kids.
Look.
No, he's a sex offender.
Right.
And I ain't like, I'm real blunt. I ain't mean to do it like that. I kind of shut her whole world down. I shut this shit down though,
but it's a good thing. You protected her.
I protect it. I don't think she liked how I protected her, but I protected her though. I'm like, wow.
Tell me. Like I said, I got friends that still work for the Pentagon. I got friends that still work in law enforcement. I'm running checks, goddamn. Because and especially with this day and age, you got so many things like men killing women and women killing men, you know what I'm saying? Or really, and sometimes you have those women that are snap and they like, well, I can't have you. Ain't nobody gonna have you, so I'm gonna murk everybody that's involved in your life. And so that's why I say it's very important. Like even when it comes to like relationships, man, like you can't be sitting up here out here trying to play the streets and not telling people what you got going on because I could be in a situation that I didn't even ask for. Now you don't endanger me and my kids because you are here trying to do everything under the sun.
That you know what? In these days and age, I don't know why people do everything under the damn sun because I need one woman so we could do everything under the sun. We ain't gotta worry about everything. I lick my lips too. Like,
I get that. Oh man, that is too funny. Look, my home told me don't bring them home. Look, like I said, it's always good to have those friends there. And I'm like an FBI agent too now. Sometimes my friends be asking me, certain I find out everything. You know what I'm saying? I background check, okay? But yeah, it's important to have friends that got your back. Now, speaking of got your back, when it comes to like financial things now, this a touchy subject, okay? Could you borrow borrow money from your friends, and does it depend on the amount? Like would you be able to, and vice versa, could they borrow money from you?
So it's hard for me. It's hard for me to it's hard for me to take anything from anybody, and you know that I was out here. I went through my little thing earlier this year, and I got hurt and ended up off work and I wasn't getting paid. So it was hard for me to take anything from anybody. But vice versa, I'm a type of person that like I'm blessed. even right now, get back on my feet. I'm able to save money in this time that we're in. I'm the type of person that if one of my friends call for a few $100s, I don't have no friends. It is. Let me quotations friends, not just anybody fucking calling me to borrow. Friends. So
Right.
I can send a few $100 like, oh here, you know what I'm saying? Give it back to me, you get a chance or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm pretty fortunate. It's a blessing. So I don't mind like lending. I'm not a damn bank. So, but if you actually need it, like I'll give it. Now, me on the other hand, receiving, I don't like to ask. I would fucking go like I don't ask. I would refrain from asking. I would just exhaust every last system I got before I open my mouth. And I hardly ever ask to borrow anything. And the last time I borrowed money, I don't. It's been decades. I don't. I try to refrain. From It's hard for me to say. I'm a giver.
Yeah.
I give you the shark on my back. I spoil the hell out of you. But me receiving, that's one of my flaws. I gotta learn how to receive.
That's the same thing with me, Jay. I mean, and to make the correction, Miss Pam said, no, been there, done that, and she ain't doing it again because she didn't get paid back. But
Uh,
so this is the thing: when it comes to borrowing money, I have to give with the notion that I'm not gonna get it back. Now,
exactly.
it is the principle behind it that if you don't pay me back, you won't borrow nothing else. Because then I can't trust that you gon' look. Mama said, look, Mama said, hey Jay, I need to borrow.
Oh, mom. Mom
Uh,
did that.
but it's the principle behind it. So it's like, now that I know that you're not the type of person to pay somebody back, I'm not giving you nothing else because it's almost like, and like you said, I'm a giver by nature. I just even if it sometimes I'll put it this way. I had to learn not to hurt myself helping others
Right.
because I had a big problem with doing that. Like I had, even when I knew I didn't have it, I'd be like, dang, but they might need it. Let me just give it to them, even though I really don't have it to give, but I'm gonna give it to them anyway. And it would hurt me because I'd be like, damn, now I need somebody. You know what I'm saying? Then I don't have nobody to call on. You know what I'm saying? So, I had to stop doing that. And even now, even whether it's relationship or friendships, it's really hard for me to take something from somebody, especially when I don't know their circumstances, right? So I know how I give, so I automatically assume, oh well, this person trying to do something nice for me, but it's really tough for me to like take it. You know what I'm saying? And like it literally has to be somebody that's be like, I don't care what you say, here, you gonna take it because and right. So like I had to like also talk to my friends to tell me, my friends had to literally tell me like, Ashley, stop, because you could actually be blocking somebody else's blessing by you not accepting the help. And you it's okay to need help. We can't be superheroes. Like we can't be out here trying to save the day, and we can't we struggling.
Right.
So it's always good to have, and I think too, society has made us to where it's hard to trust people's genuine intention, because sometimes people give with the expectation that, oh well, you gonna do something in return if I do, you know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, nah,
Some change,
you no, I ain't doing this strange, but no change.
Like,
Uh-uh.
you ain't gotta pay me back, girl.
No, no, I'm straight on that. Look, I am straight on that. You hear me?
Hey.
But it be like that. And even when people are trying to pursue you romantically, it's like, it's hard to like, that's another subject because we're gonna get
They
on
got,
that topic.
they got agenda though. When you say they try to pursue something romantic, they have an agenda. So they helping you, but it's with an agenda though. Behind.
Yeah, and that's just, I mean, that's always a bad feeling to feel like you're, a person in their entitlement, and then you feeling obligated. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I try to remove myself from those types of situations, or I'll be like, nah, I'm good. You know what? Here's your money back. Like I'm straight. because if the intentions weren't well to begin with, then it's dirty money for me.
Straight dirty money. So I had a friend of mine. I just actually like this year I cut a lot of people off. So like when I was going through what I was going through, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come do this. I'm gonna do that." Talking out her ass, ain't do nothing. She said she could do. I didn't expect it, but if you go talk about it, be about it. So she didn't need any help, right? She had to get something done in the house, and I offered like I think it like 50 or 60 bucks, whatever, for a house part, something. And I was gonna give her, I think it was another 90 bucks. I thought about it like this old stinking heifer ain't do nothing. She said she would do to help me out. And I'm up here helping out. I just cut her off. Like she called, like, "You okay? You alive?" And I'd be like, look at my phone, like, "Motherfucker, I'm dead to you." Shit, we ain't talking. Like I don't. It's like those not friends. Like you say I do X, Y, and Z, and then like she like so this what type of friend she is, right? So she's one of those friends that got her ass done a few times, you know what I'm saying? Little Nicki Minaj. So she thinks that like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I love John. I'm a I told my friend you was gonna help me. I don't know how much you'll give me. Like, nah, listen here, stank ass. You're trying to run game now, and that shit does not work with me at all. Like how much I'm gonna give you? Like how much did you offer me? Like you offer, I'm gonna cook you something. I'm gonna do this. You ain't do none of that. So friends that call themselves, I clipped her off. Like that's not a friend. Like
Right.
I wasn't expecting anything, but the fact that you said you just go do something didn't come up. So
Right. So what does it take to gain your trust? You want to take yours first? Take your look. I'm pointing the wrong way. You want to take yours first?
what does it take to gain my trust? I think in the beginning, I give people the benefit of the doubt, and I kind of let they character decide if I'm gonna like trust them or not. Like their presentation and stuff, you could tell if people are genuine. So I give people the benefit of the doubt, and I give them the trust thing. So it takes like I think how if I see how genuine the person is, how sincere, you know what I'm saying, is for me to gain trust. I got like a guard up, and like friendship, relationships, my guard is all the fucking way up because people are narcissistic, and that can be friends or people looking at relationships. So it takes me a minute to get around people's, to see if they on some bullshit or not. So I don't know. I just pay attention. I can't really answer that like as a time limit or whatever. It's kind of depending on the person.
Well, I would say for me, it's more so like time, consistency, and like your actions matching your words.
Right.
Like, I mean, your actions matching your words. I think that also, a person that just genuinely does something that does not expect anything in return. That's how you gain somebody's trust. It's like, hey, you know what? I heard that like I could just be randomly venting to you, right? And like, damn, man, I'm tired, man. I'm exhausted. you know um I just everything is stressing me out, and you be like, you know what, friend, come on, let's go to the spa or something. Let's just go chill. Just something like that kind of lets me know, what, this person genuinely care about me.
And let me ask you a question right quick. You say it takes to the spot, right? So what if, like, let's say I'm the ATL, I know you go at the thing, and I say, friend, let's go to the spa. Would I look weird if I show up in the spa with you, like you my friend, you get stuff done? Because I might get a pedicure. I don't get all that other stuff that I keep it because I want people like, girl, what's that? The wrong people. Wrong people, you know what I'm saying? We probably can do a spa day. We probably got to do something else. Shit,
But no, I mean, you know what? Spa days is cool. You know what I'm saying? It's really good when a man keeps himself clean, because them fingernails are important and them feet are important. I like, especially especially if I'm putting in a good word for you with somebody I know. I can't be like, girl, but his feet crusty now. You can't let him sleep in the bed with you, because um,
I get
I
pedicures.
can't. I have to have you know um good what is it, what do they call it, good displays or models before I put my name on anything. Tell me, yeah, this is a good person. This uh, 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 uh.
I get pedicures because I do show my toes. Like I can't stand shoes, so FYI,
She said I tried the trust thing and didn't get a dime back. Talk, oof. Yeah, that's the only thing.
yeah, it's always money that kind of separate.
He said, "Mother, you better get that facial."
Hey, I don't get the no. I gotta Barbara hooked me up with a beard. I just get the feet because I show my feet a lot. I like warm weather, so I wear like sandals, like thong sandals. I dress like I'm on the beach every day. That's how I like to be. I gotta have the feet. It's gotta be done though. So, ladies, you see my feet, you be like, okay, you know what I'm saying, bro, taking itself,
Here he
So,
go. Well, ladies, he is available. Just FYI. It look. Don't let him convince y'all to do a, two wives, sister wives situation.
hey, I don't want to. I talk that shit, but I don't want to. Y'all women, what is enough? One woman's enough. Goddamn it, shit.
You right, Amy. That's how it's supposed to be. Friendships, actually, human nature should be that way. To be honest with you, doing things out of kindness of your heart and do not expect anything in return. Because you know what? That's how you really get truly blessed. That's what people don't understand. When you start going into things with expectations, and oh, if I do this, then you got to do something. You
Yeah,
don't get blessed for that. Stuff start really making it so like the universe and God has a way of humbling people. I'm just telling you, like eventually that karma is gonna catch up. You always expecting things from people just because you do stuff. That's not a good look.
it's not. I told you, people agendas like you know how you meet people, especially women. You can tell right away. Hey, it's like not interested in me. Like, oh, this is some bullshit. Like I just saw you. I looked at all your pages on the internet, and I thought that you were cute. Like motherfucker, I ain't the finest dude in the world at all. I look good, but it's other dudes that look fucking attractive too. You, out of all the pages in the world, you saw mine.
I mean, Jay, you can't do that now because sometimes they might just, everybody have their own taste and attractiveness. So,
But it ended up being some bullshit though. It was one of those. It was
oh,
a it was a previous relationship I was in. And it was a what's those native cheaters loyalty test or something like that. You
oh,
can't jump in my inbox doing loyalty tests and looking ugly though. I'm saying.
uh, I can't with you.
Back to friendship.
I cannot with you. So when it comes to like you selecting your friends, now I know it has been like really awkward when you become adults and you try to make new friends. Like that is the most awkward. See, it's different when you kids. You just kind of find a kid and you just like, hey, you're my friend now. Whereas as adults, we like, I'm scared to even ask them to, hey, you want to hang out? Like,
Or when you meet friends through friends, because you'd be like, I'd be like, so the lottery just had it was $1 billion, the lottery.
mhm.
So we had a group. It was the group I with, the guys I talked to, like my family, my brothers, and there was one of the guys do some outsiders, like, man, we got a group. So I immediately text one of the other guys off the chat, like, who the fuck these niggas? Like, who? I don't know these motherfuckers. Like, we for do business with them. Like, I don't need new friends.
Right.
It's like I know you got friends you probably go out with, and they might bring somebody else, and you kind of like we at that age where we're not judgmental, but it's like you gotta watch who you're surrounded with.
Yeah, very true.
We gotta watch it.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I've like canceled trips because like if like a friend of mine was like, yeah, this person want to go, and I'd be like, but y'all gonna be talking. I don't know them, so it's gonna be awkward. Like I don't want to do that. Like
Exactly. It's like I'm not sure. I gotta be friends with this person. Like, what the fuck is that? Like,
maybe we can go to like another event, but like a whole trip, it's a little different. It's like I gotta be around this person, and I don't even know if I like this person. So it's like, do I ruin my trip? Or potentially might ruin my trip because this person and I might not mesh well. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's the thing about at this age, gaining new friends is like if you don't mesh well, there is no like when you're little, you can be like go play with so and so, and you like you said, they're my friend. When you're older, you sizing people up. You're like, fuck, who the fuck's this motherfucker? Like you wearing
Right.
pros and cons and shit, looking at characteristics and like, oh, we might be able to.
Definitely making friends as adults can be tough, like for sure.
And
It's
men these days, you gotta watch it when you're making friends with guys, because guys they've been coming out to the woodwork with their feelings and stuff, and they say a
right.
little bit too friendly, like, man, you know what I'm saying? You look nice, bro. You look nice.
So do you pick your friends based on like commonalities, or do you pick friends that have like different like differences, like or like I
We
said, common interests or differences, like do
It's
you?
gotta be like a common interest. Like I love sports, so I love like all men, and I know guys watching can relate. The conversation to have when you meet guy friends, and like let's say you double dating and you meeting the other person's boyfriend, like sports is the common ground. Like almost always, sports. It could be basketball, football, UFC, fighting, boxing. It's the common ground. Like for me, like over 90% of the time. But when I find a common ground. I don't know what is else to talk about outside of sports. Like people bring up, like I don't want to fucking talk about sports. This is what guys do. You tell guys don't watch sports. You talk about sports and shit. Like yeah, and this motherfucker bring up something from '93 that happened. Yeah, yeah. Michael Jordan back in the day with B.J. Armstrong. I'm like, what the fuck, Dominique Wilkins? Well, I don't. We talking about now. It's 2022.
I was a kid back then.
All right, I know. So I try to find that common ground so that we can relate. Maybe it could be comedy or something like that, or something
Right.
I could do. But if it ain't none of that, I don't. It's gonna be solid. That's why double dating is kind of like a problem. Like
Oh, that's another like, ooh, it's yeah, that's a hit or miss with me, because like I already don't do crowds, and that thank you, Amy. She said she's an extrovert, but can be introverted in crowds. I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm an introvert typically. Now on here on social media, it may not seem that way, but legit, if you gave me the option to go to a party or stay home and watch a movie, I'd rather stay home.
I'm staying home watch a movie too. Like yeah, I'm not really a party person because you gotta go be around people. You gotta be friends, and people gotta breathe on you.
And sometimes, that can be draining within itself. You know what I'm saying? Like some like extroverts get their energy off of people. Like they, hey, I'm the life of the party type of thing. Introverts, on the other hand, we recharge in isolation. Like I just want to block out everything. Like
Yeah,
get away from me because I need to get away. Now, and I will say this now, my place of employment requires me to be extroverted because I have to deal with customers. But like I said, if I had the choice, I'm good with staying home. I'm good with not, dealing with people in general.
see,
So
you. I'm like you. So what I do requires me to deal with people. And I genuinely like what I do. I like dealing with kids, but once I'm done with all that, you know what I'm saying? I
right,
come home and I watch my Martin reruns, Jamie Foxx, my wife and kids reruns or something. Catch up on the show. I'm chilling. I
right.
don't want to go back out to the crowd, to the clubs. And now I know we're at that age right now, right? So the club is different right now. We go out. You got
Oh yeah, and you have more the younger crowd in there
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Hey fam, you got problems, fam. Looking at I don't got time for that shit. I was walking off her past. Fam, you looking at, you know what I'm saying? We do this in these streets.
Right. Look, and so I will tell you this. So, like, okay, so I'll answer the question as well. So, when it comes to like differences or common interests, I like people that can be a variety of things. Like, so we can share some similar interest, but I do like people that like different things too, because I will tell you, even like my friends have taught me to enjoy different foods. Something so simple as that. It's very, it's a good way to grow, because otherwise, if I'm going into an establishment, I'm just gonna pick the same thing I like and that's gonna be it, right? But my friends encourage me to try things differently. They're like, hey, I like this, why don't you try it? Maybe you might like it too. So it's always good to have people that also have difference of opinions as well, because again, it could actually help you grow, mindset wise.
Only for women though. Like I just like so y'all, women could do that. So go back to double date. You going out, you and the girl, that's that probably let's say it's your friend. Y'all going back, throwing ideas, bouncing off each other. It's cool, girl. You should try this, try this. Man, we just different. Like we gotta have that common ground for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Men are just
I can see that.
yeah, it's kind of different.
But even with a business mindset though, Jay, like, cause you gotta understand, like, some of your friends may be doing business a different type of way, and they may be able to lend you advice to where it's like, damn, I ain't think about it that way. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I say sometimes differences matter when it comes to your personal growth. That's why I think
Yeah,
for me
okay.
it's important to have friends with different, you know, from different walks of life, because you know, like I said, it's always that's even just like you said, you got married friends, you got single friends. That's different to what you
Yeah, that's true.
know.
That's
You see
true.
what I'm
Right.
saying? They can lend you advice on, hey, you know what? I just started talking to this girl. You know what I'm saying? I want to. How did you do this or how did you do that? How
But
you
see,
get
I ain't gonna ask the church friend. I'm gonna ask him last about when I met the new girl. I don't want to hear like, brother, this is what you should do. Motherfucker, give me an answer.
be together and stay together?
I already prayed. Tell me what I need to know. Let's get past the prayer, brother.
Oh my god, that is too funny.
Like,
Oh my
no,
god.
it is true. I guess good point. You know, friends with differences though, and that's why I ask all my friends. I might go through and ask them all, and I guess a pretty good answer. Like if I ask you a question, you best believe I ask somebody else. So
Okay.
I asked. I like the answers. I'm like, you know what? She's like more direct and everything, and then the other friend, the emotional one, is like, oh boy, sound like DMX. Yo, fuck these bitches, dog. They always fucking tripping.
Oh my god.
So it's like, I'm gonna go with him last. He's emotional.
You're right. Now, how comfortable are you like checking your friends on their BS, or do you just let them do whatever they want to do?
I'm like, I've been told I'm an asshole before. I'm like, real. I guess it's the way you do things, and I kind of like do. If I see it, I kind of like call it out right away. So like, I don't let nothing slide. If I see something look right, I call it right out. Like, what the fuck you doing? Like, and I might crack a joke or something, whether it's appropriate or not.
Right.
I call it out when I see it, or whatever. Because I'm at that point where like and I guess this all came from like the previous relationship where you dealt with the narcissistic shit.
Hmm.
So even though with that, I call shit out right away what it is, and I don't give a shit. Like I called out, and I let they know those my friends, I love them, but I'm gonna call it out right away.
Right.
That's just plain and simple. I'm not gonna sit and wait like, hell no. I'm gonna call, I'm gonna call it out right away. So
Well, that's good. I mean, so I mean, at least you good at or feel comfortable with doing that. I say the same thing. Like if I see my friends doing something they ain't got no business, I be like, hey, look, now I ain't gonna say nothing, but let me let you know you wrong. Like I'm not gonna let nobody else know you wrong, but bitch, you wrong. It's the same thing with relationships. Like if it came down to my man out here doing something he ain't got no business doing, I'm gonna pull him to say, hey, we gonna talk when we get home. I ain't gonna show out in front of you folks. But just know you in trouble.
my body language is gonna speak in a minute. It's gonna be like, damn, we for real. Like, okay. When they look like Ice Cube look on Friday, like
now we talk about us being able to talk about or call our friends out. Now, are you okay with your friends calling you out on your BS? And or do you just want them to mind their own business when you do your shit?
no, they call me out, shit, because they know I call them out, so they ain't got no problem when it's my turn to get the chores. So they call me out right away. Like, and I'll be honest with you, like, I can't lie anyway. So I'm like, oh, damn, you called me out. Like, I laugh.
I ain't gonna lie. Like when it comes to somebody calling me out, like I might not like it, but I know that it's needed. Like okay, so say for instance, because like even in relationships, your significant other can be your friend too,
Right.
and if they see you, hey, look, I see you sabotaging yourself. Like this is the things that I see. Like I need you to call me out on that. I might look at you like, really, I don't want to hear that, but okay, you right, I guess. And it's and I mean it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like I mean I just but again, that goes back to what we were saying as far as like setting you up for failure when your friends tell you things that you want to hear instead of telling you the things that you need to hear. And that's the same thing. Like you have to have those strong friendships to say, hey bitch, hey, get that shit together now.
Hey, I know, right? So this is what you should do. So next guy you talk to, you should have me meet him, right? And I'm gonna just play it like this. All right, motherfucker, put your motherfucking hands on the wall. The fuck kind of tensions you got with fucking people?
Look, look.
joke. This is not a fucking joke.
Look, so I always tell like any guy that I date now, I tell him I got like at least three good guy friends. And I'm like, y'all will be able to meet them. Like y'all will see that these guys are really genuinely platonic. They really cool. They like my big brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, like, hey, just know, yeah, at some point they gonna interview you. They gonna interview you. I mean, just like my little brother does. You know what I'm saying? He's just like on some. As long as she happy and you don't put your hands on her and she don't put her hands on you, we ain't got no problem.
Let me tell you how this is gonna go. I went all black, and I need a Rockwaller, and I need a gold chain. This motherfucker's gonna go down like New Jack City. We finna put him at the table. We finna talk to him. New Jack City. I need a Rockwaller. I need some intimidation. Like,
Right.
what the fuck is your intentions with her? I'll be
Hey,
asking.
I'm with Amy on that now. Like, if you're a real long term friend, then yes, it's okay to call me out. But if you just saw some random ear hustling individual, I
Mm,
beast.
mind your motherfucking business. I agree with that. Mind your business. For real.
Right. So I will say this now. Like, now I want to get to some of these like grimy questions.
Shit, let's grind it up.
So, what would you do if your best friend wanted to date a woman that you were interested in? Now, they might not have known that you interested in the woman, but what would you do in that scenario?
And they want to date somebody I was interested in. I would, you know what? I'm not really a person that's like, it's a lot of women out here. So they really interested in that woman, like genuinely, like go do right. Yeah, I'm not telling them go for it. Like straight up, like go for it.
I'm gonna say like, no, I like her. But my thing is this, like, well, I mean, I guess I can see that because if I'm gonna say this, like, if I had a friend
Um,
and it was expressed to me, hey, I genuinely like this person, like, I really am interested. I would do the same thing. I'd be like, you know what, okay, cool, yeah, that's what's up. You should make your move. Now, I did have an instance where this girl and we were friends, and ironically, it ended up being my last ex-husband, right?
um,
So check this out. So me and the girl was, eyeballing him, and she was like, "Oh, he fine." I said, "Yeah, girl, he's super fine, right?" We just girl chatting it up. It was never indicated that either of us liked the guy. We just, and usually when women say a man fine, that don't necessarily mean that you trying to date him, right? Well, it just so happened he ended up being interested in me, and she got mad because he sent me flowers and stuff. And I'm just like, and she was like, you knew I liked him. I said, no, I didn't. You didn't say, oh, Ash, I like that man. I'm going to try and talk to him. You did not say none of that. It's like men do. When you see a fine woman, oh, she fine or whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go talk to the
right.
woman.
But you didn't like make her buy you flowers though.
And that too. I didn't tell this man, hey, I like you. You should like me. And it ended up maybe your future partner, sorry partner. Hey, you know what, I agree, that's what they said. Like, they said maybe your future sorry partner. Like, yeah, hey, you just never know. Sometimes these, the people that are the ones that are more aggressive with talking to the person, they may end up, that might be the love of their life.
Right. Mhm.
So let's see, what your friend didn't understand was the man chose who he wanted. Well, there's that. There's that.
Yeah, it really, I can see why she probably got mad
I
because
mean, I see why she got mad. She probably wanted him, but she didn't. She wasn't.
press that.
Yeah, she should have said something. I would have simply told the man, hey, I'll let, but girl, let me just tell you, since you want to not be my friend, if you ever see this, you dodged the bullet, darling. You dodged the bullet. But nah, I mean, no, he's a really good. He's a really good father. I can't say nothing bad about him. I mean, just because we didn't work out doesn't mean he won't work out for somebody else. So it's just, hey, it's the luck of the draw sometimes, and that's
It's
unfortunate.
nice of you though, just to say that though, because it shows better. And I don't try to talk bad about any of my exes and ever, but it's a certain one though. Beware,
Oh my God.
beware.
Where I will say this, we didn't get to all the questions today, which is fine, because we can always have a part two on this thing, not no not a big issue is what I'm saying. But as always, Jay, it's always a pleasure. I appreciate you joining me on this show.
No
Um,
doubt.
Thanks to everybody for viewing. We appreciate the love and support. And as always, stay sweet.
Well, I can't.
Peace out. Well, you just say, hey, peace out.
Stay sweet. I was about to say stay sweet. Like, I'm like, not.